The VOLKITE pistol is a monster and can make bulwarks practically invincible. Okay, definitely interested in hearing about this. Title: I'm seeing a lot of people saying it's bad at low levels, takes a while to deal damage, or is lackluster, and I couldn't disagree more. The VOLKITE pistol is an absolute super beast for minorist clearing. Its strength comes from insta-proccing the thermal explosion upon landing gun strikes. Consistent and guaranteed wave clear, that's where it truly shines. Even with the mastercrafted tier, you easily blow through... It's minorist. Minorist or minorist? I always get confused. Hordes, because the stagger is insane. Yeah, that's the first thing I noticed with the VOLKITE pistol is the stagger. The stagger is very, very useful. Even all the little details of the pistol definitely shows that it's going to be a good weapon. Because I was using it unupgraded, and it was still doing, like, some good damage. So, you know, it's definitely something I think is going to be a strong weapon moving forward. This won't even talk about its consistent performance against terminus enemies. For bulwarks, it's a bigger upgrade than the Primaris because of Power Sword's heavy stance dealing knockback. You're consistently guaranteed insane wave clear for existing. And that's without the VOLKITE perks to increase its explosion radius. Oh, okay, so yeah, you knock them back, and then gun strike, boom. If you combine the perks to increase the explosion radius, as well as the bulwarks don't lose control when you have armor perk, you can genuinely just stand in the waves and blow them apart. It's actually absurd how good the weapon is on bulwark. Seriously, I was genuinely shocked when I first discovered gun strikes triggered the burst. I mean, yeah, it should. It should. This all sounds like something that's definitely going to be the bulwark's main wave clear strategy, I believe. At least the way they're spelling it out here, because, frankly, using the Power Sword is something I like doing, so if the Power Sword goes with the VOLKITE pistol very well, that is probably where I'm going to aim my Bulwark meta at. Bulwarks become Assault's jump pack itself, and Assault Vanguards become even more monstrous because of their ability to capitalize off gun strikes, increase parry dodge windows. If you use the VOLKITE pistol like a melee weapon instead of a ranged one focusing on gun strikes, everything else just falls into place, and it's disturbing how good the thing is. Okay, so specifically, the VOLKITE pistol is a great gun striking weapon, which is why it matches really well with Bulwark, because the Power Sword is very, very good at getting gun strikes, at least on Minoris. So that's interesting. I like to see that. And then, yes, obviously parries and stuff. I almost have to wonder if the instant proc is a bug. I was running Ruthless yesterday to level it up, and even at the green tier, it easily outshined the heavy bolt pistol in my opinion. Yeah, I can see that happening. I like the heavy bolt pistol, but it's like you really, really need headshots for that thing, which is fine. I mean, it's not super bad or anything, but like most of the time when I use the heavy bolt pistol, I'm playing PvP, so I don't know. Honestly, I feel like the heavy bolt pistol and the bolt pistol kind of need like an accuracy buff, just because like a lot of their good damage comes from headshots, but okay. That's neither here or there. It sounds weird, but it's almost like it's Saber's way of indirectly buffing melee weapons. It's that good. Okay, you know what? I like that point of view. It's pretty cool. Gun strikes with the NVP, the NVP, not the MVP, have an extended radius with a large amount of stagger. It doesn't apply burning, but procs a modified discharge. Okay, when compared to the bolt weapons, it's clearly no contest, and the discharge lets you clear Minoris way easier. Some are saying it's not discharging. I'm really not sure. It might just be broken for some players, considering how heraldry keep resetting for some. Oh, yeah, I heard about that. I think it's just a visual bug, and not for others. I wouldn't be surprised if it was a bug that only affected certain players. Just compare the two gun strikes. It's night and day. Okay, fair enough. Okay, so that's odd. It does seem like they kind of, mentioned that this possibly could be a bug. That would be disappointing if the new weapon's, like, main draw for, wave clear is a bug. That wouldn't sit well with me, I gotta be honest. Yeah, either way, I'm gonna see what people are saying about this, because if there's a bug with this pistol, I will definitely hear about it here. Okay, this guy says, it does what? I just put together a giant post of preliminary testing of mechanics and damage, and the discharges are by far the primary source of damage. I was doing super controlled tests, so haven't even tried gunstrike something yet. If this is true, which I see no reason to think you'd be mistaken, that's nutty. Edit. For everyone who reads this and not the rest of the comment thread, I've now done a bunch of testing on this gunstrike stuff, and I see zero indication that gunstriking has literally any unique interaction with the VOLKITE pistol. Okay, but did you gunstrike with the bulwark? But, okay, we'll see. There's a visual effect that spreads in a small AoE, making it seem like there's been thermal buildup on the targets in the immediate area, but there's no indication that this corresponds to any actual effect. So what if you like do a little bit of buildup and then do the gunstrike? Do you think it explodes? I don't know. I'm gonna keep reading other people talk about this, but this guy did say he tests, but he just didn't say what class he's testing it on. I'm gonna assume he's testing it on bulwark, but he really should clarify if he's using the perk that actually expands the AoE. Gunstriking has never triggered an actual discharge. It does not deal any AoE damage. Okay, well, there's that. It does not contribute to heat buildup. For all I can tell, there's nothing more than a visual bug. All right, fair enough. OP does respond here, but that's disappointing because I feel like OP was cooking something. Okay, yeah, let's keep reading. I will say, I do believe the NVP is a very good weapon. I do think the explosion should trigger on gunstrike. I mean, I can see where that would be a little bit too strong, but again, this weapon needs time to build up its damage. So I feel like, you know, no matter what, no matter how you buff this weapon, it's going to feel a little slow, just because of its main mechanics. So I don't know. All right, let's keep reading. Let's see what we can find out. Okay, so yeah, they did a lot of testing here. This is what this person who just had the comment I just read, this is what they found out. Man, this is a great post, by the way. A lot of in detail testing. I like it. It does not seem to trigger a discharge on its own, but there does seem to be a visual indication that it's spreading thermal buildup to enemies that are very close to the gun-striked target. You know what, this kind of tracks. The OP did say it felt like a really strong wave-clear weapon. However, it does not seem that it actually provides heat buildup or any meaningful amount. Okay, I need to see some video on this because, like, I feel like there's a weird disconnect between what we're visually seeing and then what, you know, what is actually being registered, at least to the actual gun strike target. Okay, so see, that's the thing. In order to test this, you would have to gun strike a target near an enemy and then directly go to that enemy that might have had AoE buildup. Holy cow. After gun striking and then following up by immediately lasering them, it does not seem to take less time or ammo to get a discharge. Sag. Would be wild if it did pop a discharge for each gun strike. Yeah, it would be. I think they're gonna continue testing, but I think this kind of tracks. I don't know. And I'm still a little annoyed they're not specifically talking about the bulwark perk, because that could be the thing that puts it, you know, that actually builds up. But I don't know. Okay, let's see what we find out. I'm gonna get to the bottom of this. Same guy, another update. Someone asked if they tried it with the perk, and he said, I've tried it with and without the perk. That said, based on the fact that the shots do get a discharge immediately following a gun strike is not any lower. It seems quite clear to me that gun striking just doesn't contribute to heat buildup. Do you have any evidence for the claim that VOLKITE involves a dot? It's quite difficult to test for such a thing given the limited methods of testing we have, and I have heard no talk about this being a case. Okay, I do like how the tester is mentioning that this is something that's kind of weird to test, but for the most part, I do trust their judgment. They did say they tried it with and without the perk. It may be how the weapon type works in other iterations of Warhammer, but it shouldn't be taken as an assumption here, and needs evidence to support it. Circumstantially, I've never seen a discharge happen without me actively hitting the target at the time of the discharge. I've never seen a discharge happen without me actively hitting the target at the time of the discharge. So yeah, again, the one thing that came to mind is doing a little bit of volkiting, you know, hitting them with the beam and then gun striking them. Would that discharge? Or the explosion, I'm assuming they mean here. But for the most part, that is pretty much the best we can do here as far as what is actually going on with this gun. However, I do have another bug here I kind of want to look at, but I also want to read some comments. But this comment was posted today, so I do believe this is basically the gist. The gun striking for the Neo VOLKITE pistol does not build up any thermal AoEs or anything. So, I don't know. Let me know in the comments if you tried this, because this is definitely going to be something that we're going to have to, you know, see everybody else try out. You know, it never hurts to get more than one reference. It's much better at boss types than the plasma. Okay, so what I've noticed going throughout the comments here, besides the pretty cool testing, a lot of people are just, you know, saying plasma pistol better. Who cares? Guys, you gotta get more creative with the gameplay, man. This is why you get bored of games, dude. Because you run the best weapons into the ground, and then the game becomes too easy, and then you move on. Which is fine if you want to play the game, but if you want to actually commit to a game, you gotta try out some stuff. You can find some gameplay mechanics that you haven't tried out that are worth, you know, enjoying. But yeah, for the most part, I don't think anyone's trying to make the assumption that it's going to be better than the plasma. I've always said the VOLKITE pistol takes a long time to cook, so it's going to be less, you know, it's going to be less effective than burst damage weapons, and the plasma pistol is a burst damage weapon. It does, however, not give me a full bar after a banner for charge shots, so I think it's worse on some bosses like the Tyrant, where you don't really get a lot of chances to execute. Against almost everything else, I like it a lot. Okay, yep, see, there we go. This is actually a reasonable plasma pistol comment, but yeah, for the most part, there's a lot of people are like, you know, they're saying they're never going to be able to use bulwark again, or the gun's just bad. And it's like, dude, there's definitely something this gun can do uniquely. You know, again, there's a couple of comments saying that it's good against bosses. This is another one. I really thought it was really good at denting boss health pools, because, yeah, that little explosion is pretty cool. And it, you know, it seems to work. But I was using a lower level weapon, like a white rarity VOLKITE pistol. So I guess if you compare max level VOLKITE pistol to other pistols, maybe it's like, you know, maybe the perks aren't as good or something. I'm a little disappointed that the AoE is apparently not like a real thing. However, isn't most gun strikes, like, isn't there a explosion for gun strikes, or there's some sort of, you know, there's some sort of impact that kind of, you know, makes enemies stagger? So, I don't know. Let me, again, let me know in the comments your experience with the VOLKITE pistol, just so I have, you know, some data I can look through. I like reading these things, because I only use the VOLKITE pistol, like, a little bit. So, and again, I do want it to be my main weapon on Bulwark. Plasma pistol's good, I get it. But I like the VOLKITE pistol, it kind of looks cool, and I like its mechanic. But yeah, let me know in the comments your experience with the VOLKITE pistol. I do have one more bug I want to look at. This is absolutely hilarious. New pistol is bugged on Titan 2. Artificer pistols with a mag and a half each did a bar and a half of its health on Ruthless. Okay. So this is the newest operation. I'm guessing this, yeah, you see the giant enemy right here. They're going to apparently do a bar and a half of damage on Ruthless. Yeah. So if this is the case, and let's say for whatever reason, this is not a bug, I've heard other people deal damage to this thing. I've seen cheaters deal damage to this thing and just kill it right here. But could you imagine if just, you know... So, wait, they said 2 Artificer pistols, I think. That makes sense. So, 2 Artificer pistols... Is Artificer, like, a rarity? I don't know why they said, like, just... I don't know. For whatever reason, I can't read this title, apparently. So, let's see what they're doing. Okay, so headshots. They have ping. Just wanted to point that out. Okay. Dude, I love this boss fight, by the way. Even though it's a bit gimmicky, because, you know, you have to run around to the consoles and stuff. I love its design. It's very threatening. I just really enjoy it. Look at those guns on it, dude. Like, this would be a cool figure. Okay, yeah, sorry. I'm getting distracted. The VOLKITE pistol is... See, look how cool the VOLKITE pistol is, just with the little circles. Okay, that was some pretty consistent... Here's the thing, though. I'm not seeing any explosions. Maybe it's too far away? Yeah, I'm not sure. Unless it's like those little, like, smoke clouds coming off of it. So maybe, yeah, maybe it exists. I just love how it just keeps walking. Dude, look how big it is, man. This game is so good, man. This game is so good. Like, I genuinely, some, like, criticism is there, but as soon as you put emotion behind your criticism where you're like, this game sucks, I deleted it and threw out my console, and I sent Saber a personally written hand note about why they should buff every weapon in the game. It's like, okay, like, you can want weapons to get buffed and stuff, but just calm down a little bit, man, because as soon as you start to get tilted, your enjoyment of the hobby that probably you enjoy is going to start to diminish just because of your emotions. Like, just calm down a little bit. Okay, so, yep, they're here at the... Oh, wow. What is this scoped weapon? Is this just a scoped bolt carbine? Yeah, I believe so. Yeah, they're playing Vanguard. Oh, yeah, look at their health. Why okay, this is weirdly edited where, like, they could only show the health at the end of the video. Yeah, that is... What is that? Yeah, that's about a third. Is that what they said? Each did a bar and a half. Yeah, so that's about a third of their HP pool right there. Let's see if I can measure this. I would say it's a little bit above a third, but it's practically a third. Dude. This is without cheating. This is without cheating. So this guy said it's a bug. I have seen this thing get damaged here. If the Volkite pistol can really do this sort of damage, I don't really think we need the Gunstrike AoE. You know what I mean? Like, maybe it is like a focused target weapon that can absolutely eviscerate the target. Dude, this is cool. This makes me want to play the game right now, but I have to go get milk and stuff. But okay. I'm gonna read at least one comment from this clip to see if anyone can clarify what's going on here, or if it's a bug, or if they were able to recreate it. And I also challenge you, viewer, to recreate this and let me know if you can do it, because if you can do it, I'm going to run this operation like all day. I wish more people shot the Biotitan with me in that phase. I don't think enough people know it can be damaged then. Yeah, well, hopefully this helps, but for the most part, I really hope they keep this in the game. I'm glad that they're confirming you're able to damage the Titan there. And at the same time, the Volkite pistol was doing some great damage. Now, they don't really specify if that is unupgraded or not. I'm going to double check, but I'm pretty sure they didn't. And I'm going to assume they are either, you know, purple or green. I'm assuming that it is a slightly upgraded Volkite pistol. It's probably a really, really upgraded one. But yeah, either way, definitely let me know if you can recreate this, but it seems like it's recreatable because this person's mentioning that, you know, he does it all the time. So, yeah. Yeah, I just want to also, you know, point out, I really hope that the devs keep this in. I think it's fine. The boss fight itself is fun, but it does have its gimmick with the, you know, with the computers and stuff. So, it feels more like like a sort of objective boss where you have to get the objectives and do stuff. It doesn't really feel more like a combat boss. So something like this, I feel like, is fine because ultimately you still have to do the objectives to finish it off, you know? But yeah, we'll see. I think they're gonna not touch it, to be honest. Because yeah, they got a lot on their plate. I really don't like. That's why like suggesting nerfs and buffs all the time is kind of rough because you do kind of make the dev team kind of stop what they're doing and go back to a weapon, even if it only takes a little bit. It probably doesn't. But yeah, you kind of make them, you know, take a couple steps back to just fix something, which is fine, you know. But you know, it still kind of delays future content or anything else they're cooking, you know. But I'm assuming most of the stuff they announce is finished. But yeah, this is interesting. This is very interesting. Let me know, again, let me know in the comments what you feel about the Volkite pistol now that it's been out for a bit. And if you knew about this. If you knew about damaging the Titan before the boss fight even starts. But yeah, either way, thanks for watching.